Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 42. This is Jay Funkadelic speaking. How was everything this morning, y'all? You know, this morning I had to deal with a guy talking about his mother, but I wouldn't really give a damn what he told me. I had to mind my own freaking business. I couldn't take his actions because I told him to get away from me, bothered me this morning. But I didn't really give a damn about that. I just had to walk away from the brother. I wanted to ignore him. He kept bugging me and saying all this type of stupid nonsense. A lot of people are just crazy in this world. They don't know how to behave. They don't know how to act. Some people are just real stupid. People just want to be themselves. People want to button your business, look at you the hard way, take you for granted, and get away with it. That's not how life works. But people, when I piss in the tree, right, even if I gotta go take a piss very bad, say something like that. When I want to piss in the tree, people need to mind their business. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it moving. I'm not worried about a freaking thing about what people tell me. All these people in this world are nice and not nice. You couldn't even trust anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't even trust God, even if they're your best friends, thinking you're not being legit about yourself in any type of way. There was a lot of places I've been at that I really didn't like to be at. You know, like IHD. You know, that place wasn't for me, though. I found everything that I did in IHD was very boring. It really sucked, that program. I'm not even there no more. It felt like being in the human being Bronx Zoo. You know what I'm saying? With all those low-function consumers that didn't know how to act properly. One time I got assaulted by a low-function consumer, but I didn't pay the girl no mind. She came after me and started swinging at me, and then Dorita said, "Oh, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She just tapped me on my shoulder and saying all this stupid stuff. You know, she didn't even say nothing. She had bug eyes like a Shih Tzu. And then she ran after me and went like that to me, like swung at me. But she didn't understand. She was mentally ill. The girl had a real illness, and she was very low functioning. I don't know her name. I don't know really her name, but she was mentally retarded. Some people, when I go to the programs out in this world, and people just don't know how to behave. People like to have altercations. People like to be fighting all the time. Just like when you're in the protests. The protest is a bad situation you put yourself into, because the protest is terrible. It happened in California, it happened in Canada, and it definitely happened in New York City. The protest is the worst place to be at when you're all by yourself. I would never put myself in a messed up situation being in a protest. Why would I want to do it? Why would I give a damn about being in a stupid protest? How would I feel about being in the protest even if somebody beats the crap out of me and then they want to fight me and get away with it? What type of stuff that I couldn't even put up with for their reactions that they do in an aggressive way? People are going to hurt you. People are not going to respect you. People are going to be jealous of you. People are going to hate. People are going to hate until the day you're gone. That's how the world is. We live in a messed up situation. In a situation where, in the environment we all live in, a lot of people do something stupid, like somebody got stabbed on the train, and, the guy wanted to stab the guy on the train, and he got arrested. But the guy got away with it, you know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to be a better man, a better performer. Just to stab somebody on the train is a big, giant no-no. You know what I'm saying? I would never go out there and stab anybody on the train. If I would have did that, I would not be sitting down here today. I would have been locked up. I would have been dealing with the feds and behind bars, and I would have been an inmate. And my butt would have been in custody from the stuff that I've done. But guess what? That's not going to happen. I put myself in a safe place. I put myself in a field goal when people try to mess with me, and I told them to leave me the hell alone. And people want to be very crazy about the situation, what I'm going through. There's a lot going on in this world that people are just not going to respect you in any type of way. You know, you do something for no reason, and people want to make a dispute, and they want to get on your case, and yes, you to death, and they want to ask you for money. You ain't got it. They want to put their hands on you. You better get the hell out of here with that, because I am not going to tolerate people aggravating me in the street, thinking they want to be tough guys and think they want to be bullies and calling me names and try to get their point across. When I go to the Fanatic Fest this Sunday, and you know, I want everything to be cool. I want everything to be smooth. You know, I want to take pictures with a lot of good celebrities, taking selfies and just having a good time, you know. A lot of people are going to have to respect that. If you don't respect anything, I don't know what's wrong with you. You ain't feeling my music, I don't know what's wrong with you. Because one thing for sure, you don't respect what I do, you acting like a real nitwit. You must listen to that mumble rap. You must be into that mumble hip-hop that you hear on Hot 97. I'm sick and tired when people are having to rap about cars, jewelry, the girls, the money. You got to know about your craft in hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in I keep telling people, when I'm in the studio, I just write my rhymes at home before I even book a session. You know what I'm saying? You got to write your rhymes. I don't care if you want to do a song, you do it off the head. But that stuff is real corny to me. It don't make any sense. You got to realize, you know, you got to make sense when you rap. You can't be in the studio doing that blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, the vocals are low and the beat is louder than the vocals. You would have to try to rap. You know what I'm saying? Spit your bars. Do a wordplay. Get yourself known. Network with people. That's the only way you're going to survive in hip-hop. You don't have to be famous because you're out in public and you're talking and you're making comments about how you feel on IG Live, and you want to be saying some stupid stuff, and you want to talk crap to people, and all of a sudden you want to be hating when they comment on your live, and you want to say some foul stuff, and people want to get away with it. I'm not with that. I ain't tolerating it. I'm just letting you know for a fact that people are going to be hating when you're on your live. You can't say nothing inappropriately. You gotta be nice. You have to be respectful. Even especially for an example with Gorilla Nems, I broke his balls. He said the P word to me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really want to go for what he said. I had to stay away from him for a while till he gets his act together. You see, when I went to Vic's Music Hut, he took everything very serious with me. I had a lot of disputes with him, and then he blew it, and then I don't want to be around him anymore. Because he always tells me, oh, you ain't buying nothing. No, I don't have to buy nothing from you. You want to take my money and aggravate me. You know what I'm saying? I work, but I like to spend money on other things in life. You know what I'm saying? People are just jealous, man. A lot of people are going to hate and hate and hate and hate you. Because you got power. You're so spoiled that people are gonna get jealous of you and take what you have. You can't show no one what you have. That's why I keep my phone in my house all the time, because my neighborhood cannot be trusted for that type of reason. We all know about people are gonna be stealing things, and people are gonna mock you about what you have. They want to call people up and use your phone. You don't have to do that. You can't do it, because when they don't have a phone, you give them the phone to call somebody, and they don't want to give your stuff back to you. They want to steal it and get away with it. And then what? Then you don't even have a phone to talk to. You can't go on social media. You can't do nothing. Can't be on YouTube. You know? People are just gonna act crazy, and then they want to look to comprehend you and knock you out and get away with it. That's how the world is today. The world is filled with good, evil, good, bad, and ugly. Forget about the ugly. You always got to do good. Be positive about yourself. You know, get a job, get a life, do something with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stop hanging out in the street asking people for money. Because I did it a few times, and I got caught. I got caught doing it, and I learned my lesson. My father beat the crap out of me when I did it, and it was kind of lame for me doing something like that. Because if I ask anybody for money, most people ain't going to give you nothing because they ain't got it. They don't work hard enough. They can't afford to give you any change. They can't afford to give you $100. You know what I'm saying? People can't afford to give you $1 billion. A lot of people don't even afford that just to give it to you because, you know, they work very hard to get what you want. And they don't want to give it to you because they want to act like scumbags and just want to get away with the shit that they do, you know, the shit that you do, I mean. You know what I'm saying? You cross the street and then a car speeds down the block. You might get hit. They might do a hit and run. But people are not going to respect you even if you cross the street and you tell the car to slow down. You know, a lot of people drive like maniacs in the street. You know, people are not going to respect that. A lot of people like to speed up the block, and all of a sudden you get hit by a car. You get hit by a truck. You get hit by a van. You know what I'm saying? People are not going to respect what you do. A lot of people are going to be like that. I don't care what color you are. They're not going to respect you. A lot of old citizens are not going to respect you. Black people ain't going to respect you. A lot of black people be disrespecting black people. A lot of white people disrespecting white people. You know what I'm saying? This racism already stopped, but we have to unite and keep ourselves together. Even if I call my father like 7 o'clock in the morning, tell me he's sleeping, he tells me, you can't do this to me. I'm sleeping. You wake me up in the middle of the morning. I'm like, you know, my father be talking crazy. Like, you don't do it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know, I'm sorry I woke you up. I won't do it no more for a while. Okay, I'm going to have to find my way to get to work, make my money, and make ends meet from the stuff that really happens in all life from these senior citizens that do what they do. They do what they do. I understand. Life is very short. Don't take your anger for granted. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short, like too short. Shark dogs in the house. You know what I'm saying? Some of these rappers that come out, most of these rappers that I heard at Summer Jam were only one-hit wonders. We have too many one-hit wonders. How many rappers come out with a record and they do another record and it's not a hit? You know, your record's got to be a hit to be popping. Your record's got to be a hit to be popping so much. And most people can't even rap the way they do. Because who has the best album the whole entire year? It could be Jay-Z. It could be Nas. It could be Tupac. It could be Notorious B.I.G. But what about nowadays when the rappers, you know, has the best album that people enjoy listening to? Just like when you listen to Kendrick Lamar. You know, Kendrick Lamar is a good rapper. You know what I'm saying? He be sampling some classic freestyle beats. And I'm feeling the joints that he does. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar is good. Drake is like 40% good. But I'm not really a Drake fan. I'm not really a Chris Brown fan. You like Chris Brown. You like Drake. That's you. No disrespect to nobody. Okay? We're all human. People got different tastes in life. A lot of people have different tastes in life. Okay? You might taste like a hamburger. You might taste like a hot dog. You might taste of any type of meat that you chew on that tastes very delicious in life. People have different flavors in life. Some people like apples, bananas, grapes, whatever what they like. From a fruit to a vegetable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to respect God because God is good. Never break the commandments. Even if you have trouble in your life, why don't you buy a holy Bible and read the Bible of Jesus and know about your own religion? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be cursing on my records too much. Even if I did a diss record, I would curse a lot. But because I had a beef with Gorilla Nems. He called me a punani at Bushwick Collective in Brooklyn, and he told me don't shake my hand. But the diss record's about to come out. I'm trying to take shots at Gorilla Nems because I can't stand to be around that brother because he's been talking a lot of smack about a lot of people. He don't do it to me. He does it to a lot of people. I shouldn't be talking. When people be hitting up on his Instagram and comment about his stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even if when I do it, I'm only busting his chops. I don't mean to disrespect to him and take it serious. My comments are not that serious. If you think they're serious, you want to call me a punani, you're wrong. Because I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no disrespect. If people don't disrespect you, just stay away from these people because they're not your friends. They're your enemies. I don't have to be talking to Gorilla Nems about he's going to be at the Fanatic Fest and he's going to feed me criticism and say the P word to me, and all of a sudden he wants to confront me and want to have a dispute and he wants to knock me out, hanging up on me on Sirius XM satellite radio Shade 45 and bullying me half to death and calling me names and look to beat me up and hang up the phone for 5 seconds, and he wants to call me a scumbag, a whore, or some type of stuff like that, I'm not going out like no punk. I'm going to have to defend myself and fight for what's right. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people are not going to respect you. A lot of people are going to be evil. A lot of people are going to be very psychotic, sarcastic in any type of way. I'm telling you this before. I'm Jay Funkadelic. This is the Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 42. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.